Crypto as easy as 1, 2, 3, and plus a look at my current top 15 favorite cryptos. And what I mean by that are the ones that I feel are going to be around for the long term. So I'm gonna switch to presentation mode here and share that with you. Whoops, let's gonna do a volume check. I'm the talent and the editor. Just kidding. But 1, 2, 3. What I mean by 1, 2, 3 is we have it's about the academy, and we have pre-recorded courses. This is really for the beginner, someone who's looking to get into learning what stocks and cryptos all about. If you're interested in that, these are great for the beginner. I'm going through them several times. This is my second time going through it. It only takes a couple days to get through. I think it's about 40 hours of material. I'm not sure how much. I don't think it's quite 40 hours. But I think there it is, 285 minutes worth of material. You can calculate that into hours, divided by 60. But that gets you up and running. It gets you current, like on what the foundation is about stocks and crypto, and kind of getting the gist of what's what, and kind of just getting familiarized with everything, right? Then number 2 is we have live mentorship. So when you're a member, if you're a member, you go to the Go Live. You just click Go Live. Let's see here. Sometimes you have too many tabs open. So they'll let me do it. There you go. All right, you go to the Go Live, and then you go down and pick a channel. And there's 5 different channels in the I Am Academy, and so it's really about whatever you're interested in. I'm personally interested in every one of these things, but it's foreign exchange, which is the currencies and the different the euro and the Australian dollar and our dollar, and how they all interact with each other. And that may or may not be a fit for you, and either way is okay. But a lot of people I know are interested these days in stocks and crypto. And then if you ever wanted to run your own business and have like an e-commerce site and learn how to set it up and all that, we have a e-commerce academy, plus a social media academy, plus personal development. So much mentorship. It's as much mentorship as you can handle, right? But right now, let's just zero in on stocks and crypto, because that's what we're talking about. I'm just going to share with you briefly like how the live mentorship works, right? So basically, the schedules are run Sunday through Saturday, and we have live teachers. We have well over 60 different educators. They're all around the country. People that are members of this academy are from all over the world. It's an amazing, and they all refer to each other as family, and like we're part of a family. And so if you kind of looking to get into and be a part of a group of people that's very positive and motivated and getting in this era, where we are right now, this is a lot of the educators really feel that when it comes to crypto, that we are still very early. We're very early. So it's just so now is the time, I feel, to just do what we can to make the most of it, right? Matter of fact, on my YouTube channel, I think I would love to share something with you, if I can find it real quick, of a brief one, like a 30-second clip of Kevin O'Leary, who is well known, obviously, in the, where is he at? It's further back. Let's see here. See if I can find it real quick. Really makes a good point, and post a lot of content. Let's see here. Okay. Well, not seeing it. If you give me one more second, I think I do fitness and finance content. Here we go. This is real brief.
The spigots of capital are going to flood into this sector like you've never seen. And so for those of us that can invest in it now, you're getting ahead of what's going to be a huge wave of interest when policy occurs. I predict in the next 10 years that crypto, blockchain, Bitcoin, All of this innovation will be the 12th sector of the S&P.
So he believes that crypto and this whole sector is going to be the whole crypto sector is going to be the 12th sector of the S&P. That's how big he feels like that's going to be. That's really, to me, that was impactful. I love Shark Tank. I don't know if you've ever seen Shark Tank. So I love Shark Tank. And here's another short little clip. We're all hearing about AI, right? We're all hearing about AI. So I just shared briefly about this guy's take on the trade AI.
We can look at it in the phone business and kind of say that we're already there, right? But I understand maybe this is even more powerful than the phone business. Are we like in the 1996 internet moment when people are just starting to realize that how big it can be? Or where are we?
I think we're in probably 94, like AOL was just come online and you got this thing called www dot something and email. I don't think AI is going to become embedded in every aspect of our lives. It's going to be our healthcare, our education. It's going to be flying us, driving us. It's going to be, the speed of change is what I think people are not really ready for. I had Elon on stage a few months ago and he's saying, we have a 10x increase every 6 months or 100x increase in capability every year. And we've been talking about human level AI, this thing called AGI, whatever it means. And we'll have that in the next year, maybe 2 years. And then what is digital superintelligence? What does it look like when AI is 1,000 or 1,000,000 times more powerful?
You say...
Wow. So what he's saying is that, I don't want this to keep playing. What he's saying is that the speed of change is coming so fast, people can't even really comprehend how fast that it's going. I mean, they might make in 6 months a 10x growth in AI, but then even 100x, and then it's going to be like beyond. It's just so much. And the crypto market is really tied to AI. So, and you learn about that when you get in on these sessions. And what's great about these sessions, because we're talking about the live mentorship, we have over 60 educators, and you can interact with them. You can ask them a question, they'll get back to you. If and when you get started, one of the ones I suggest you get started with is Curtis Cobain. He's a really good, I think, for the beginner for Portfolio Watch, right? That's the one I would watch. I get on as much as I can, but as a beginner, I would start with the Portfolio Watch because he'll help you build out a portfolio and he'll share with you certain things. And I'm going to share with you, I mean, based on that, some, everything that I could put together, which I think they all agree with my top 15 that I'm sharing with you today. I think they could all support what I'm going to share with you. So we have pre-recorded courses, live mentorship, and then this next thing that's so powerful, strategies, which is apps. And basically this is where they use artificial intelligence to get information from the market. And the Academy has so many different apps, and they're all, a lot of them are, I don't know if there's some of them's AI, but they have a lot of artificial intelligence. One of my tools that I'm using right now that I'm using the most of currently is Levels. So I'm going to click that and I want to just share it with you. It's just one tool out of many. You may find something else that you really love, right? So this is Levels. Now you look over here on the right hand side. These are the 5 major areas. You have stocks. You have over here the different, I don't even trade in this area right here. Different things right here, the indices. This is the crypto department. This is the one I'm the most familiar with. This is like commodities, and this is foreign exchange. So there's different ones, and depending on your goals, and if you're crypto, you'll probably be right here. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to select BTC USDT. Very simple to do, right? Very simple to do. This is you opening it up for the first time. Now, I've been studying this chart, and I have a saved chart. But just if you were just opening it up right now for yourself, this is how you will be dealing with it. Now, how am I gonna look at Bitcoin right here now? Now, real quick, there's three, before you get into that, there's three basic trading methods to consider. This is basics, right? Position trading, swing trading, scalp trading. And it's important to know, I feel it's important to know who you are and what's best for you, right? You may love one or the other or hate one or the other, but if you don't even know what they are, but that's the thing, is to identify yourself as, what do you like? Me, I'm a little silly. I like them all. So I do position, I do swing, I do scalp, and I enjoy them all. So, but today I'm really only talking about position. The ones that I shared, that my top 15 favorite ones, are for my personal position trading, right? I'm hoping, based on everything I'm learning, that they're going to be around for the long term, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and beyond. And maybe we can leave them, to our family, and that's what some people are doing. So it just kind of depends on where it all heads. But when you're in the academies, you learn what to do then. But position trading is basically buying now and just, you're not in and out all the time. You just buy it, and you'll maybe thinking about it in 3 or 5 or 10 years, something like that. You're position trading. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see position trading. So we'll get back to, this is one now. Now, we just said, there was scalp and swing, right? So I scalp and swing. This is for me, I use this for scalp and swing trading, right? So see this red arrow right here? Right here? So that means that was the last big move that happened, right? They call that a starting point, all right? We're going to click the red box right here. I'm currently involved in a scalp. And the thing is it can go against you. But I'm just going to take you through it, but just one little idea. This is not recommending to do anything. I'm just showing you how it works, right? So this means it's red, meaning, to me, it means, the side note, one thing is, when it comes to crypto and swing or scalp trading, we can profit whether the price goes up or down. So that's important to know. So we have a red box and a blue box. Red box is down, blue box is up. So right now I'm thinking scalp down, right? So that's what I'm thinking. And I'm going to draw a line, horizontal line. So here's your tools. You have a whole bunch of fun tools to use if you like to play around with tools. And I see a horizontal line. Now, what I learned from my mentor, Zion, is he puts it right in the middle, like that. Now you can pick that as your spot right here to do a scalp trade. But I'm trying to figure out, I think the whole zone is in play, but I got to get some clarification on that. So lately I've been setting orders anywhere in this red zone. Now what happens here, let me show you how we calculate if it's a good idea or not to take this. Let's see here. So boom. So you draw that. So this is your risk and reward situation here. So this is potentially, I think, we have a 4. So you have a chance of, say you have just say $100. I'm just playing fun numbers. You have a risk reward. Let's don't use dollars. You have a risk reward of 1 to 4. Does that make sense? You have a risk reward. If you did this 4 times, you probably win maybe 3 times. It's kind of, I think, is what they're saying. I think so. But that's kind of the idea, right? And that looks, my mentor says at least a 3 or above is what we're looking for. So it's above a 3, and that's good. So I'm currently working on this. Now what could happen, I'm just going to kind of play around, if you don't mind. I'm just going to kind of, because by letting me teach you, I can, whoops. My good friend, potential spam, by letting me teach you. So I'm looking for one. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. This is a little bit advanced tool. We could go like this. That's the idea. That's the best case. That's what I'm looking for, right? Or we could go Yep, and we lost, right? So it's very, you have to find out scalp trading is not for everybody. You have to have I feel, you have to have a tolerance for risk and reward. Position trading, I feel, is good for almost everybody because that's, you just buy and hold like you do everything else, right? So that's the apps and services. Now let's look at my top 15. Oh, one more thing I want to share with you. I left out, well, yeah, let's go back to this. Let's go back to this is a free website right here if you're interested. CoinGecko.com. It's a free website and you can get all kind of information off of it. If you've been following these videos, you'll see these coins because I share this a lot. The coins and exchanges and the market cap is up, but it fluctuates. Okay, so don't get caught up in too much. But these are to me my top 3 basic numbers right here. When I'm looking for, when I'm thinking about the whole. When Kevin O'Leary was talking about the whole market cap and being the 12th largest sector of the S&P, right? The market cap is what's going to be fascinating later. So if you're by chance watching this today, it'll be fascinating to see what happens over the next, if we get to be on this journey 10, 20 years from now. It'd be so awesome. I prayed I'm happy and grateful that happens. And we watch a market cap. Some people, this is not financial advice, but some people, I'm just telling you, they say buy the rumor, sell the news. The rumor on the street is that the market cap could exceed 10 trillion. Now, I don't know at what point, but then it also at some point 10 trillion potentially, this one person said. And then I don't want to say the date, but between the next 4 and 8 years, and then the next, it could eventually go up, and it could take, of course, years for more adoption and things. It's going to take, remember back when the internet just started, if you can remember that at all. That was like when I remember getting on the internet, it was like 1999, and I had a friend help me get on like a computer and get on the internet. I didn't know, how do I get around? What is the internet? And you're just starting to understand it. You get an email and it's like, but now look where the internet is. We're streaming videos and talking on our watches, and that's kind of what I feel like is coming with AI and crypto. And in this category is that the next probably 20 to 30 years is what it's going to really take for it to just go be ridiculously huge. Not financial advice, but the thing is I feel it's good to stay in touch, like with the teachers. Where'd they go? With the teachers, because sometimes you don't want to ride everything out. What if something happens? What if there's what they call a black swan event? Maybe some kind of disruption happens in your country and everything goes down. So it's it's just good to be educated and make decisions. I feel it's good to make decisions along the way. All right, let's move on. So the market cap is 2.7 of the whole market is 2.716. Now, we talked earlier. I don't know if I talked about it yet, but basically, the name of this is like my top 15 favorite, but this is for the main cap. This is for long term. These are cryptos that I feel and hope that's going to be around for the long term, right? The long term, right? So that's what I'm hoping, right, for. So let's click on the main cap. So if you want to screenshot this or whatever, this is not financial advice, but these are just my picks that I'm currently working on, and we can run through each of them if you have time. This is just really what I do for my own research because I'm involved with them. You can't expect them to do everything. So now this is really what I'd be doing on my own. I'm just sharing it with you as I'm doing it, right? So as far as Bitcoin, we just looked at Bitcoin. I constantly, personally, I track Bitcoin like a stalker. I just keep it on all the time. I love watching it for some reason. It's just around my work, and I love tracking it and learning about it, and just trying to understand what I can about it and the whole market, and it's just it's fascinating. So I keep an eye on it all the time. As you can see, I keep my computer on a computer on constantly, and I'm just watching it. You know, if I'm in a session, obviously I'm not doing it. But if I'm not in a session, I know where it is. You know, so and we know because we're on this session together. So this will be interesting. This technically should be what they call a sell, right? For a scalp trade, not okay. But when that's not. But we also now we're talking about position trading, right? So that's scalp. Put that in the past because that may or may not be for you, and either way is okay. But let's talk about position trading. Position trading, right? Just to refresh your memory real quick. Position trading, swings trading, scalp trading. Position trading for the long term. Swing trading, you're trading in and out every few days or few weeks. Scalp trading can be minutes or hours. Okay. And with the three major crypto categories, main, mid, low, we're looking at them at the main, right? And how do they come up with that? The way I understand it is you take the whole 2.76, chop it in the thirds, right? So the top third of that market is the main, right? Then you have your mid and you have your low. And the low can be the riskiest, but then sometimes a real quality low one will go, and if you know about it in time, you'll get those insane gains that you hear, like 100x, 1000x, 10,000x. But you gotta keep your ear to you gotta be listening. You know, if you're not listening, you're not gonna get that info. So let's look at main cap, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. These are my favorites, not financial advice. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Cardano, Chainlink, Polkadot, Uniswap, Polygon, Litecoin, Cosmos Hub, Atom, Stellar, Maker, Algorand, and Tezos. All right. So for me, it's kind of like I make a game out of this, and it's like for me, I'm putting these are my like main cap fund. You know, so I have a fund for main cap. Right, I have a fund for mid cap. I have a fund like my top 15. I'm working on my top 15 mid, my top 15 low. I'm not really there. I have locked in my top 15 main cap for now. And the thing is I feel like I want to be flexible enough to get out of one thing and put in another if that's what it calls for. Does that make sense? So all right, well, let's look at Ethereum briefly, which is, speaking of, well, I don't want to get into, people scalp trade Ethereum, and the Academy has some really good tools for that, apps. So, but right now, look at it though, it's, Ethereum there's just a lot to know about Ethereum, and you just really have to be around the teachers to gain that insight. But it has a lot of people just love. It's my not love, but I'd say it's probably my biggest one, the one I have the most investment into, even more than Bitcoin right now, because I feel like the return. Some people say this could go between 10 and 20K, so it's not financial advice, but that's the rumor on the street, not financial advice, but that's what I'm shooting for. Okay, let's see here, Solana. So those are my top three right there, actually, and they're right in order. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, my top three favorites. If I had to only pick three, I would pick those three as solid. So it's not about picking timing so much as it's just about, investing for the long term. Excuse me. So XRP, this is really interesting. This is unlike a lot of things, and it hasn't moved a lot lately because there's a lot of all the rules that they put in place for government money and stuff like that. XRP they're mainly, what I understand about it is they're for payment processing, like they're sending money from the here to cross seas, and it allows it to process. And once they get through their situation, a lot of people feel like it's gonna, it's gonna rise. So, but it is, if you're new, it's something to look into. Not financial advice, right? Something to look into. Cardano. Let's see here, and this is also another one that not a lot of people are talking about, but a lot of people say it has a lot of good use case. Excuse me. Chainlink. Let's see here. Let's take a peek at that. Very interesting. Very interesting. What I'm hoping for is to get back to all-time highs and beyond. So, and that's what I feel like a lot of the educators are sharing. These are all long-term. These projects. The thing about these things, and that what a lot of people I feel like beginning don't really understand, is that other projects are being built on top of these projects. Does that make sense? So other projects, and that's where the low cap and the mid cap comes from. They're trying to get their thing going, and they're building on top of Polkadot, Chainlink, Cardano, Solana, Ethereum, right? They're building on top of these things, right? And that's what, but now they're getting more use case, so their prices push up. But that's why sometimes if you find the right low cap, which is not easy to do, but if you keep your ear to the ground with the educators, they'll share them out and do your own research, and they're coming up. It's ones to look out for. You know how our teachers used to say, when you get ready for a test, look out for this, and they'll say that. They'll say, look out for this, and then you can choose to get, look at it or not, but they're a lot of these ones are building on top of these, like they're on top of Chainlink. That's what they call layer ones. Like Chainlink, Ethereum, it's like a layer one. Does it say it on here somewhere? Layer one. Let's see here. Not sure where it says it. Let's see here. But they have layer ones, and that's what they mean by that. So some digital currencies are what they call layer ones, right? And I even think there's a category for that. Let's see here. But I don't have it saved. But yeah, there is a category for that. So each thing has its own categories. Let's stick to and I think that might be important as a beginner to know that there are different categories, right? So I'll just share with that real brief overview. Cryptocurrency exchange products categories. Oh, here we go. These are categories. Okay, yeah, layer one. So layer ones is and they're all listed by market cap. So all these things in here are layer ones, right? So but they're listed as categories. And I happen to know, because I've scrolled down already before, there's over 200 different categories. But let's take a quick peek at layer one. These are all layer ones. Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, which I'm not into that. Solana, I'll just tell the ones I'm into. Cardano, HBAR, that's like a mid cap for me. Phantom, which is a small cap to mid cap, but I've had great success with Phantom. Algorand, that is a main cap for me. So you get the idea. All these are layer one. So what that means is other cryptocurrencies are being built on top of them, right? So it's really fascinating, and it's a whole world, right? And then, but I've listed out of the 200, and this is another thing, just sharing as a nugget is you might like. There's over 200 different categories in cryptos. My top, I'm gonna do a video on this, but I'll share with you now. My top favorite categories or decentralized finance, gaming. I'm not really a fan of it because I don't game, but it's a big category. Tokenized physical assets. This is my favorite. Okay, so artificial intelligence and decentralized finance are my top two favorites. Memes, I'm in them, but I'm not passionate about them. But artificial intelligence and decentralized finance are my favorite, right? Okay. So now let's go back to main cap. So main caps. Let's scroll on down. Uniswap. See, then a Uniswap's interesting because Uniswap is an exchange. So see, we have over here exchanges, over 1,100 exchanges. Uniswap is an exchange, and I like it. I'm going to be using it more. What's interesting about it, just a little side note for you, is that some exchanges are a little bit harder to use than others. So, at our own, like in the USA, we just exchange from our bank, get money out, buy stuff online, right, with a credit card or what. But with this, we have to actually purchase, like, say for example, Bitcoin, buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, and then exchange it for something else. But now what's interesting about Uniswap is a lot of the new projects, a lot of the small cap projects get listed onto Uniswap first before they go to like the Coinbase, Crypto.com, those kind of things, right? But Uniswap takes an extra step or two to use. You got to be familiar with how to buy Bitcoin and exchange it for something else, and so it's fascinating. And there's a lot of the educators. It's in the top 15 main cap for me. So I'm long term with Uniswap, personally, not financial advice. Polygon. Let's see here. I'd like to understand more about it, but I basically believe in it because the educators do, and so I'm all in for Polygon for the long term. Litecoin, Cosmos Hub, Stellar, Maker, Tezos. Let's see here. Algorand. Let's look at this for a second. Max. This is going to be interesting. See how this plays out. It's on the list for the top 15. Now, one way, I'll show you one quick way to do your own research. You're at CoinGecko. A lot of these crypto people post what they're doing on Twitter. So go to Twitter. Now, if I don't like what I see, if I think it looks like it's heading the wrong direction, for me that'd be a good time to get out of a position trade and trade it for something else that I believe in more. But let's see what they have. They have a pinned comment. Blockchain is an amazing technology enjoying adoption from early adopters to big finance, but perhaps it's fair to say that governments are not quite there yet. So they're talking about blockchain and the government, which they're working on it. It's an issue, so they're going to have to address it. So Algorand's developers, the future is bright for blockchain and AI. AI, like any software, starts at code. This means that as many of the world's platforms, some of the most powerful AIs can trace their source to Python. So that's on their page. So they're having things built onto them, right? People are using Algorand. It's a big community. So I'm gonna stay on. All right. So you get the idea. So you go to the classes. You go to Curtis Cobain's classes. So this is easy as 1, 2, 3 if you're a beginner. We have live courses, pre-recorded courses to get you caught up on the jargon, the what's an exchange and what's this and what's that. Pre-recorded courses. We have the live mentorship, over 60 different educators. And if I was you, if you're into crypto, I would start with Curtis Cobain Portfolio Watch, just to get your feet wet right there. But then look at the schedule, pick and make your own schedule. I make my schedule, and I write it out, the ones I'm interested in most, right? Then we have the apps and services. So, and there's so many apps. All of these help you. I'll just share with you this one real quick. This is where the teachers, the educators, give you trading ideas. If you're interested in trading, they give you the actual what time, what to buy, the zones to look out for, where to sell, when it's not an idea anymore, and they lay it all out for you. So it's just so much live mentorship, It's a lot. So it's as easy as 1, 2, 3, right? So pre-recorded courses, live mentorship, and apps and services. So if you're in the package that I'm on, you have all these tools and all these tools. These are the e-commerce tools, social media tools. That's their trade. We could have gone on there. Personal development and travel experiences. So it's an amazing, it's a e-learning, but mainly I figured you're here because you're probably interested in stocks and crypto. But if you see something else that attracts you, then that's good for you, right? So I'm going to leave you with a look at levels. This is Bitcoin on the 1 hour time frame. So I'll leave you with this. Each candle, whether it's, I'm going to take everything off. Let's see here. Each candle, this is your last beginner note, right? So now you have different ways to look at a crypto, right? Different time frames, weekly, daily, hourly, 2 hourly, 4 hourly, anything you can think of. This is weekly. Each candle is a week here, right? Each candle is 1 week. And this is Bitcoin each week over time, right? But now we're going to zoom in. I just wanted you to understand about the candle thing. Each candle, if it says daily, each candle now is 1 day, right? Now what's interesting, this is advanced, but I'm just sharing you just a little fun tip. Each candle, these candles, all the candles, what they call tell a story, right? And I have a book that's not here, right here, that I'm studying. These are pins down and below. You have a big green one here. Each one is, and whether the pin's one way or another, it tells you something, right? So that's kind of why it communicates if you know how to read it. It's almost like it's a whole nother language, right? So now let's zoom in a little bit. Let's go back to the hourly, because when I'm scalp trading, I usually play around with the hourly, 4 hourly, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, just to kind of get different looks, right? I'm going to go back to let's see here. Let's see. Whoops. Okay. So that's where we're at right here. So we're looking at this right now. I'm hoping to get a rejection off of this starting point. This is what's called a starting point. I'm hoping to personally, for a scalp consideration, to get a rejection, but we'll see what happens. Appreciate your time and your energy. If you have any questions or just want to leave a comment, if you get any value out of this, please let me know. If you want to see something else or some kind of another analysis, please let me know. I'm open to teach what I'm understanding, but this is really ultimately, I'm pointing you back to the academy, because that's where we have over 60 different professionals, and they do it for a living. I'm a student. I'm in the middle of my journey, and so you may want to take your own journey, but join with us and and go on that journey together. So does that make sense? So it's easy as 1, 2, 3 courses, live mentorship, and apps and services to help you be successful and learn crypto. So appreciate your time and your energy. And remember, health is wealth. Without our health, what do we have, right? Health is wealth. And then cash flow is king. This is one of my theme song for my YouTube channel. Health is wealth. Cash flow is king because we want to have that cash coming in, right? Speaking of that, if you're interested in having your own internet-based business, the IM Academy, you can also represent the IM Academy if you like it and believe in it. So, but health is wealth. Cash flow is king. We want to have that cash flow coming in, right? Health is wealth. Cash flow is king. Having cash on hand is queen. And credit is freedom. I'll let you think about that, and I'll see you on the next session. Bye for now.